veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so let me. Y'all said in the chat yesterday that Muzz got confronted by Real on LIl REd's. So I figured let's just watch that together. Hopefully the audio's not too bad. I'm assuming there's well, I don't know, y'all. I think we're going to just deal with the audio issues because it's not just me. Apparently, it's everyone. What it is it works great in live stream, but when we save and then have to download it and then upload it on a secondary, like from StreamYard to our channels, that's where the audio is messing up. It's not as we're live. It's when, well, for me anyways, it's when we upload it. That's when it starts to screw up. But give me a second real quick. I just want to state, like, how dare you, Muzz? How dare you sit there and complain about your health like it's the end of the world and oh my gosh, it's the worst thing that could ever happen and no one has any idea how hard this is and oh my god, I can't, like, the doctors just aren't working with me that well and I don't know what. Ma'am, after all the crap you said about Geneva, after all the crap you said about Kirsten and her child and about their health issues, and how dare she go get second opinion and claiming it's abuse because she wants to get a second opinion? Girl, are you okay? Are you okay? That was the last thing you should have been covering. Are you okay? Ma'am. And Josh did an excellent job calling out all the BS about you doing such as well. Also, I saw that you responded to my Counter-Strike, Muzz, and you know I'm telling the truth about my Counter-Strike. I used fair use. You know it. I know it. You also know that you threatened me that you were going to take my channel, that you were going to make sure you take my channel, like you took Christ Conflict's channel, like you try to take Yaya's channel, like you try to take Real's channel. You would like striking anybody that speaks about you, I'm told. Not because they're using your content, but because they have the right. How dare they speak out and respond to all the things you say about them. Because to be clear, no one talked about you till you did 2.5 months of lying. By the way, I want to make it clear I am definitely allowed to do premieres. The only thing I am not allowed to do are live chats, live streams. A premiere is not live. A premiere is I uploaded a video and we're just watching it together. That is absolutely within the diameters of what I'm allowed to do. What I'm not allowed to do is, never mind, I'm not going to help y'all with that one. But no, premieres are completely within the fair use. I am allowed to upload, create, make posts, any of that. I just can't live stream for a little bit longer. That's it. Trust me, if I was not supposed to be doing this, they would have disabled it. I guarantee you. But I was on with YouTube support for like an hour recently to tell them what is going on and to tell them that look, I have proof that she threatened that she was going to do this before I even did content. Proof that I sent clips that she was on these other channels celebrating and bragging and laughing that she was going to make sure that I lose everything and that I, you know what, like seriously. And then her post threatening me or demanding that if I want her to remove the strikes and not lose my channel, then I better apologize to her and delete anything tied to her. What? But nonetheless, y'all know what's crazy? I did apologize to her. I did. I sent her an email. I apologized. Nope. She doesn't care. She lied. She is not a woman of her word. I have been through this before with Amber. And you know what? Amber said, if you just never show that stuff again about me, I won't, like, I'll remove the strikes. That was like over 2 years ago, and I still have yet to show those clips. I still have them, but I've never shown only the Heidi part, which she just says what her part shown. But I've never shown those again. I've never given them out to anyone. Nothing. I know how to keep my word. Just unbelievable how y'all do this crap. Like, Muzz, you are really hell bent on making me and my child go without. Like, why? Why are you allowed to say whatever you want whenever you want and speak the most egregious, horrific lies about people, but we come back with just our opinions and our proof, and you like make sure we lose it all if we dare. I also wanted to let you know that she cost me hundreds because I had to delete every video about her. But when leading up to the strikes, I had to delete every video, even videos that didn't pertain to her, like even videos that didn't have that stupid emoji that she's trying to claim is hers. Which must look up fair use. It is not your image anymore. When it is a parody of you, when it is altered, when it is edited, when it's only a small bit of what you're claiming is yours, it is no longer your image. Why do you not get that? It says it as plain as day. Plain as day. And guess what? The rules for copyright, it depends what YouTube in America, what in the YouTube United States, what their rules are, because I'm in the United States. So I apply by my fair use laws, not yours. But it doesn't matter. Even in both, your laws about fair use are more lenient than it is in the United States. And I well over what's it called? Anyways, I'm within the limits of fair use 150%. I don't know what you don't get about that. I seriously went through and showed you step by step why I am allowed the rights to use that image. In fact, Geneva, if you're here, can you please send me that post with the image on it? Or anyone who has it, can y'all please send it to my email? The email's in the bottom of the screen. So I can send that into YouTube also. That post where she's tagging me in it and she's posting on the public domain. So she wants to act like you didn't, Muzz. And I already sent in the proof of the emoji. I already sent in the proof of the actual image, but I need to also send in proof of the actual full thing where she posted and tagged me in it. And Muzz, why did you post that emoji? Because you wanted it to show proof that the image that you're claiming is being going around on a sock account with just your chi-chis, and just to harass you. I don't know what you're claiming they're doing, but and I was like, what image? So you posted it and tagged me in it to show proof that this is the image that people are using. You know, on my channel, I like to show proof of everything. So does that not mean, are you not, like, I took that as you saying, here, show this, show, which, hell, oh my God, that might have been a setup. That might have been a setup. Her posting it and saying, here, see, here's the image. Here's the image that I'm saying is going around in a sock account. I'm now thinking with how evil she is, it might have been a setup. Sorry. So Geneva, yeah, if you're in here or anyone who has that, can y'all send that to me? Because I'm gonna need that, because hold on. Like I said, she responded to the counterclaim on one of them. On the second, like, here's the thing, Muzz, it doesn't even matter anymore. You want to know why? Because you absolutely struck me on a secondary channel the first time, for sure. By the way, the email for your main channel is Muzz Vermoo, not the other one that I'm not going to put out there. That email goes to a second channel. I have proof. I literally have proof of you saying, here's the email for the second channel. Please don't share this with anyone. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to be adding that. I'm going to be sending that in to YouTube, also proving that that does not go to your main email. Just because you put your avatar on it doesn't mean it goes to your main channel, Muzz. But good luck. I mean, I've never met anyone so hell bent on making people suffer to the level that you're wanting to do what you're doing. Like, honestly, it's worth it for you to do it, to go this far. Can't relate, Muzz. I cannot relate, because I don't want people to suffer like that. Like I said, I could turn around right now and strike you as many times as you struck me, and I'm not going to, because if it makes it where you're homeless, I don't want that. If it makes it where you suffer and have to go without the basic necessities, I don't want that for you or your dog. But yeah, for you, it's no big deal that you're affecting me and my child. And you can sit here and say all you want. Well, if you care about your kid, why'd you use it? First off, it's an emoji and it falls within fair use. That's why. Second off, it's just an emoji, ma'am. And I never thought you'd be that evil either. You seriously think any of those hags give a damn about you, Muzz? Like they're ever going to be there for you when you need it? That they actually care about you? They're going to get tired of you and your overbearing ways before you know it. You're not cool enough to be with them. Actually, they're idiots, but they're not going to be there for you. They don't care about you. Funny how you are on your Instagram live saying how you can't afford this, and you can't afford that, and you can't afford this, but you're doing parodies about me. You don't have a child to take care of, do you? Do you? Do you have a child asking you to get them things? Do you have a child that needs new clothes all the time because they're growing? Do you have a child that needs new shoes all the time because they're growing? Do you have a child that needs school supplies like every few months? No, you don't. Take care of my pets, easy peasy. I got that. My child, I need a little more than what I got, and you're trying to take that. Do you have a second person that's going to eat consistently, constantly, all the time, that you're going to only have to always buy food for, and constantly make sure that you're resupplying their snacks and drinks and all that? Always. And that they need snacks to take to school? Always. Like, you don't even understand. Nor do you care to understand. Because if it's not Muzz, it doesn't matter, right? I cannot believe that you were a teacher, supposedly, a kindergarten teacher, and you're that evil. Thank God you're not a teacher anymore, because holy hell. She's like, I don't understand you at all. But Josh is doing an amazing job covering her lives, y'all. Amazing job. But yeah, let's just get to it, y'all. You know what? I'm going to just try this other option. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try just doing the audio through mine and see if that works. Okay, yeah, let me stop sharing the stream. Maybe this will be a way to fix it. I mean, we don't have to look at it. It's just avatars. Let's just listen. I just want to say the person on stream is LIl REd, someone with the Homer Simpson emoji, and Muzz. Oh, hold on. That's right. I got to turn off the echo cancellation. Sorry, y'all. It is such a pain. Or you have to listen to, audio. Hold on. Never mind.
Look, he obviously worked really hard on it. I get it. He prepared all this stuff. But I feel bad because, does he think we don't know Real talks like a goddamn a-hole? Now we're going to turn and say, you know what? He deserves the real life stuff you did. What?
Yeah, what? Real? That's not real. Yes, what?
What? We know
That's
this.
what I said earlier. We know who he is. We've been here. We paid attention.
Know who he is, honey bun. If you didn't go...
Oh my God, the way she talks is so just nauseating now.
Real life, half of us probably wouldn't be supporting either side and would let you verbally...
Let me guess, you did the same thing LIl REd's channel that you did to Christ Conflict, my Real Roadhogs, whatever channels, any anti-KJ crew, you've done it to every channel to where you got chased out of it. And then you came to ours with your fake BS. And now you'll be chased out of ours too, just wait.
We joust each other to the end of the world.
And I'll just stay, let me stay out of it, and I'll ride.
You think, what? He worked so hard on it, as if he's gonna, prove to us that he says bad things.
Yeah. I'm still so upset, though, that I lost all the revenue from those 6 videos I did out of fear of her threatening that she was going to take everything if I didn't remove it. That is messed up.
Trying to prove it. I believe you.
We already know.
Show me who you are, I believe you.
And people were not nice to Sherry today. I'm just pointing that out. I'm just spreading the word.
Sherry, my Sherry.
But if someone messes with Sherry, I'm gonna drag their ass. They're lucky. I caught the replay.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Oh my gosh! Don't let me.
I saw people being like, "Sherry, you look stupid." And I was like, "Hold me back."
We're gonna go real life if you mess with my Sherry.
Were you gonna throat punch, rip their throats out, murk them in Minecraft, as you say? Is that what you're gonna do, Miss Violence?
Every time I see the name Sherry, I always think of Steve Perry.
Huh? Wait, why?
Oh, Sherry.
Oh, okay. I knew it was gonna be something that made me look stupid.
How do you come for the woman with the biggest heart in the world? What's wrong with you? Something's wrong.
Right.
Something's wrong with you if you look at Sherry.
By the way, let's add to it. Why do you keep using? Never mind. I ain't gonna commentate on that out of respect because that's not what I want to do. But I'm gonna fast forward because this is not the part I want to play, anyways.
Oh my God!
Hey.
Oh my God, he's back.
What's up?
Okay.
I thought I had a witch laugh. I'm the one that's supposed to be with the witch laugh, man. But my gosh. By the way, y'all, please leave a thumbs up if you're in the chat in the bushes. Please leave a thumbs up if you don't mind.
You gotta. I'm gonna need you to put some pep in that step. I don't like that voice
So Real just popped up for those wondering.
meter.
Yeah. It's been a slow day.
He sounds so down.
No apartments. Gotta be out by tomorrow.
Wait. So Muzz, he's up here sad, heartbroken, all that. Is this when you were already working with the Roadhogs? Is it? If this is when, like, oh, this could be good.
I just had food from Shake Shack
But
for the first.
my heart breaks for him that he's feeling like that. But Muzz don't care, just to be clear, y'all. Muzz don't care. Oh, speaking of Real, I don't know how you got blocked. I was wondering if you could let me know, because in that stream we did the other night, you were not blocked. Trust me, I would have lost it if someone blocked you, because I did not give permission to them to block you. You were not blocked. So can you tell me, do you know when you got blocked? Because I was hoping you'd be in the chat yesterday. Hold on. Every time. Give me a second. Sorry, mama calls. Okay. And again, I know, Muzz, you don't care. You don't care nothing about children.
The time and it was horrible.
You had what?
I had food from Shake Shack.
Did you say Shake Shack is horrible?
Did you say fruit from Shake Shack?
Food from Shake Shack. But again, Muzz does not care, Real, that you're homeless almost and that you're starving. She's probably pissing herself in joy like a little puppy dog right now, thinking that you're starving.
Because I can tell you what you did wrong.
That was not a good move.
What are you talking about? Shake Shack is delicious. You had the wrong thing, whatever you had.
I've never ate at a Shake Shack. We don't have those here. You're gonna be okay, Real.
Yeah.
Not with Muzz. He wasn't.
But
You're having a whole ceremony for you right now. You should feel pretty special.
I can't. Can y'all let me know in the chat? Is this really after she was working with Roadhog to get him arrested? Because if so, oh my God, my blood is boiling. If this is how she was acting, knowing she was trying to get him arrested, it scares the daylights out of me. Because she's acting like, oh, it's okay, we're doing a ceremony. Gosh dang it. Mama again. Hold on, y'all. Not like it's my children. So 1 second. Yes. Well, dadgummit, I thought I put some in there. Look under the clothes and stuff. Or look at, like, you looked in everything? Dang it. Well, maybe Nana could take you to Family Dollar and you could get some real quick. Well, that's great. I thought that was muted, but it's okay. There was nothing wrong with it. All right, back to it. What was I saying? Oh, like her being like this to Real, knowing that she was trying to get him arrested is scaring the crap out of me. Scaring the crap out of me. I just, wowzer.
And
What
he
happens? What's going
They're
on?
having a whole ceremony for you. I mean, you're pretty special. You have to laugh at it so you don't cry.
Yeah, you gotta laugh at it.
You gotta laugh at how ridiculous it is. Come on.
You can't take it seriously. Not what exactly we're talking about. Your life stuff we take seriously, but
Yes.
not this whole
Stupidity on the internet.
Well, I mean, I think them calling the apartments is working because one place I called today, They were like, yeah, we know who you are.
Wow. Wow, that is so bad. So, like, I knew that there was a rumor going around that they were saying that they were going to call around, but they really did it. Like, to the point that Real called to say, hey, I'm trying to get an apartment in for y'all's place. And they're like, oh, no, we know who you are. You can't come here. Because the people on the internet, and that's who Muzz wanted to help. For what, Muzz? Explain. Why did you want to do this to him when you clearly didn't have an issue with him right here? You clearly didn't have a problem with him. He clearly was not doing anything to you when you did this. If y'all can see me now, I got like my hands up on my head and I'm just like, what? Like, I'm in utter shock. Y'all know that emoji with your, like, shock, with the shock emoji where their hands are up there by their face? That is literally what I'm doing right now. I'm so just... How do you listen to that and not have any sympathy? Oh crap, hold on, let me plug this in. Someone, son of a biscuit, y'all give me 1 second. Oh. Okay. I'm wearing these shorts and they are so uncomfortable. Because anytime I like sit down, they up and like they're annoying. 1 second.
No way.
No way.
Great. That's normal.
Not that much of a polarizing figure for people to know I am, you know?
But music on me.
So that's what they're doing is working.
You sure it was from that and not like a background check or something?
I don't know, I mean, for the person to say...
You sure that maybe the property manager doesn't live near you and heard you go, take that link, LIl REd?
Of course not.
This was a couple of miles away from... That lady didn't know who I was.
She's smacking.
She didn't know me from see me in different goodwill, I'll tell you that much.
You're gonna be okay.
Look how, like, he sounds so broken. I would never be on board with shit like that.
Still?
I would never be on board with someone doing that to another person in this community. I don't care who you are. That is like the same people that try to do that to JY. Even though, like, we are not friends, that is not okay to do to anyone. If any of these people in this community, Muzz, if you were to be kicked out right now, I would never approve anyone calling around trying to make sure that you're not allowed to live there. What is wrong with everyone?
Kim S said my chat was getting trolled. Well, I have mods that are more than welcome to use those wrenches. I trust my mods.
Don't come for Sherry or SG Jackson.
I trust my mods as long as it's my mods and not what I had a rogue mod the other night.
I found out the day I had a rogue mod.
How does that even happen anymore? I don't get it.
Was Muzz ever? Can y'all explain to me in chat who was Muzz to Real at this time? Was she a mod? Was she a sub? Was she a friend? Like, who was she to Real?
And my real mod,
or was she just a co-worker?
Wasn't there because she was in a different stream. And how did somebody get in her account and mod? Make it make sense.
I'm working on my thumbnail for tonight's live.
Oh,
what time is your live gonna be?
Huh?
What time is your live gonna be?
Probably like not in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. I'll try to stay awake. I'll try.
Poor thing.
I think we will have to live with this virus.
And LIl REd doesn't seem to be like. She doesn't. I mean, I've known about LIl REd since I first came in the community. I've never seen her to be just vicious and mean. In my opinion, only. I mean, but keep in mind, I've only seen like 3 streams of hers total in all that time. She just doesn't seem to be mean. So, what did Muzz do to Red? Are they still friends? Did they fall out? Does anyone have any intel into what happened with LIl REd and Muzz, or are they still cool?
Yeah, that's another thing. The court's saying. Well, I looked at the court sent me a paper today. And I looked at the paper and it said you owe the court fees, and then on the paper it said I owe rent. I'm like, no, I paid them on November the 3rd. I have a receipt from my money order that was from my Wells Fargo account.
If you have the receipt, you'll be fine.
So when I went to the office, I said, hey, I paid you guys rent for this month. Why is this
the fakeness of, oh, I'm here for you and I care and let me help you.
Paper is saying that I have to pay for court fees and rent. And he says to me, well, we filed it early on in October, so when if you filed in October, my rent was paid. But we just have to do that. I'm like, that don't make no sense. Like, then why would you even take my money for November?
Poor guy.
And then
so they file, but they're gonna let you keep paying rent until
they're.
I wonder, Muzz, do you care that he's struggling? Did you ever strike? Did Muzz ever strike your channel? I'm curious. Was she one of the ones that tried to help take your channel away?
Allowed to do that unless if they're evicting you for not paying your rent.
We already know she tried to take away your freedom.
They're not allowed to keep taking your rent, but if they evict you for breaking the lease, they can keep taking your rent. So you would just say, like, I already paid it, and that part would be knocked off, and then you have to pay, like, the court fees and stuff.
And Muzz, how dare you lie to us all this time the way you did? How dare you lie and say that everything they said about you is complete farce and not true, and we shouldn't even watch it, and they're like, you'll send us all the proof that we need, which that's my fault too for even listening, but you just didn't seem evil. But you clearly are. You clearly are way worse than they've even said. Everybody agrees. You're worse now than you were then. I bet that makes you proud, huh? Why don't you celebrate?
So when I went there and I asked him, he was like, well, you got to handle that with the court, man.
Yeah, you got to wait till court date.
I'm like, handle that with the court. What do you mean? He's like, because in our system, the complex's system, you don't owe us any money. I'm like, okay, I don't owe you any money. So I call the court. They say, no, they need to send some type of
inspector
certification of something, she said, right? They want to use all these crazy fucking legal terms.
Probably some form or something.
Huh?
It's probably like a form or something they have to fill out.
Yeah, so I'm like, well...
Thank you so much for your fake help. Again, though, I want to reiterate, listening to Muzz's streamers, they talk about how, oh my god, they had to take the IV. It was so hard getting an IV. Like, it was her first experience ever struggling with people getting an IV. Honey, that's every daggum time. And it's been that way for me over 10 years now, of them not able to get an IV on me. The veins rolling, veins popping, them have to use sonocyte, vein finder, x-rays, all that to dig. And you would even imagine the huge needle, the big long needle, and I mean long ass needle, that they have to use to dig in my upper arm, and just try to get to the vein at the very, very bottom. Right there by the artery is the vein that they have to use. And you can't even imagine the pain when they finally pop into that vein, because it's so much harder up there. Extreme pain. Like, just vibrating through your hands because they always hit nerves as well. So here's this big ass needle that's hitting my vein, my nerves, that shoots through my hands like daggum lightning bolts. That's what I go through every time when they need to get IV. And even then, sometimes they still don't get it. I've had surgeons, doctors, the best of the best, all try, and they still can't get it. And they always dig. I've had them in the tops of my feet, my ankles, my shins, my fingers, the top of my hand, my palms of my hand, my wrist, my upper arm, my chest, my neck. And they still sometimes don't get it, even after all those places. So don't sit here and complain and cry like you did because, oh, I had to wait 15 minutes. Oh, they were taking a minute to get that IV. Oh, now I'm going to have to get a CPAP machine. Good. Then we'll see that you finally have a face for your because you're two-sided. You're two-faced. So now you'll finally have a mask. Everybody now knows, oh, she's wearing a mask. She's not who she seems. You'll finally match your soul. You wear a mask every other time. So why not actually get one and wear one?
And then he was like, well, if they don't do it, yeah.
Sorry, by the way. My anger is because the way she spoke about Kirsten and Geneva and their health issues and how, oh my God, they're so dramatic. Oh my God, they're using their health issues to get sympathy. Oh, they're using it to their advantage. How gross. Oh my God, that's abuse. She wants to get a second opinion because it's, the other one might be right. And, and you're sitting here saying, I go to my doctor every time and I never leave with answers. I only leave with more questions. Don't you dare go get a second opinion then. Because then we're going to accuse you of Munchausen. I think you actually do have Munchausen by proxy, allegedly, and in my opinion, because you are so invested in all our health issues. Like, you don't have children to do Munchausen by proxy, so I feel like you're doing it to everybody else around you. Like, oh, see what? If you go to the hospital and the doctor asks questions, just call me, I'll help you. Oh, see what? You need to go to the doctor right now. You're going to die. Because my legs were swollen. She told me I'm going to die. She told Iris she's going to die. She told Geneva she's going to die. Like, she does it to all of us. Does that not fall in line with Munchausen by proxy? I'm just saying, she is way too invested. She wants to know every vivid detail we could give her about her health. And then she tries to give us diagnoses. And then she tries to tell us we're all going to die. And then she tries to act like she cares, like she knows more about our health than we do or the doctors do. And then, like, if she'll pretend she really, really cares about you just so she could get that attention back. Like, that sounds like Munchausen by proxy. But again, in my opinion only, since you want to put that on Kirsten. But yeah, y'all know Josh's and listen to his stream from yesterday. You'll understand why I'm so mad. And then don't forget to listen to that phone call. Oh, wait, the phone call is deleted because Muzz is striking. Don't worry, I'll be putting it back up. Since she wants to keep the strikes on my channel, I'll be putting it back up. I went to you, Muzz, and I said, look, I'm sorry about the emoji and saying your first name. That's it. I'm not sorry about anything else because I did nothing wrong. But I will take off that emoji. I will never show it again. And I'll keep the other stuff off of, like the videos, I'll keep them on my channel, and the new ones I'll delete. But you gotta do the same on yours and on your Instagram. And you gotta leave me alone and stop talking about me on other channels. No response. I gave her an apology and I said I'd delete it. No response. Even though she said in her tab she would be, let's see, what did she say? What did the thought say? And she still got those damn parodies up, making fun of me and my child, and being hungry and stuff. What a nice person. I am so glad you did not do what I... Hold up. You are not a very smart person, honey. Come on, hurry up. Give me what I'm looking for. Come on, where you go? give me a second. I think I know what's happening. Just like that. Just like that. Let's see here. Alright, let's try this again. Is the internet messed up? Screw it. Y'all give me a second. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know why it's not going. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's what I need. What is wrong with you, computer? Oh my God, it's always something in this BS. Dang it, and it came undone again. Technical difficulties, crew. No, it's not there. Where is it? Get lucky, Muzz. You're being lucky right now, but don't worry, I'm going to change that. I just really want it on the computer, but it's not coming up. Don't worry, I got a picture on my phone. Am I not hitting the right button? Okay, never mind. I already took the picture anyways. She says, hey, psychopath, do you want to maybe take down your rant field with lies about me? What lies? I debunk each one. I don't watch your channel, so I don't know what you're talking about. So now you're choosing to spread lies about me and defame my character? Again, what lies? Learn how YouTube works. You fully doxed me. Where? Please show. Where? I said your first name and that's it. I said nothing else. No dox, no address, no phone number, no nothing. What are you talking about? You know what I don't do here? Return the favor. Unlike you, I don't only have standards when it's easy to have them. What standards do you have? Considering you want what you want from my child and I. I'd say be an adult, remove it, and apologize. I did, but you still didn't. But you don't understand that apologies come from when you do wrong, regardless of how wronged you feel by the other person. Maturity of an effing kumquat. Learn how to spell. Calling me names, ugly, doxing. You just showed your whole ass. Gross. What doxing? What doxing, Muzz? What doxing, Muzz? Oh, look, there's your secondary channel. Hold on, let me take a picture of that. To prove it's your secondary channel you're striking me from. Wait. You're cooking? Are you... I thought you only knew how to cook your hair. Muzz. Are you trying to say you're not liberty of disclosure, or you are? Those are the exact same photos. What are you talking about? Cease and desist. TikTok responses, YouTube responses, comment. I don't respond to you on TikTok. Or is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking? You're not important enough, honey. Wait, go vote on my new channel name. Thought fusion. Minds merging. Diverse dialogues. Because I'm a highly educated woman. You're an evil person. Why don't you put Monster Muzz? That'll work. By the way, again, your Gmail name for your main channel is Muzzramu, not the other one you use. So quit lying to YouTube and saying you're using your main, because you're not. I'll prove it. Don't worry, I ain't got no issues proving it either.
if they don't file the what you call it,
The
paperwork, then you have to file it, but it's going to cost you money to file it. I'm like, well, is it going to cost me $875, or is it going to cost me $20 to file some paperwork? Like that's a difference. It's a difference. Wow.
I mean, even if the paperwork doesn't get filed, if you go to court, you give the proof to the judge. It gets.
But that's the thing. I already went to court, so this is a judgment paper that I just got today.
From your court date?
From the court date, yeah.
But you were there?
Oh, you're so concerned. Oopsie daisy, I clicked a button. Just like my original live streams, y'all.
Thing that said I needed to be out by the 16th. And when I went to the office, I told them, hey, I need more time than that. And they said you got to the 30th. But the rent was paid and the rent was paid November 3rd. The court was November 10th.
To be clear, that Homer person dropped down. I don't know again who that was.
How do you not send them any forms, right?
So when you went to court, the judgment, they did not say you owed rent, but then they sent you a report.
You know what? Fast forward.
It just here that they just know.
Confront her ass, please.
I think they do a lot of landlord stuff cases. Like
that.
Know it all, Muzz. Know it all, Muzz. Don't worry. She's gonna act like she cares. She's got good concern for you, but really she's backstabbing you and two-facing you. She's two-faced and she's planning to take you down because she decides that you're not allowed to have boundaries. And y'all know what I heard yesterday? Tell me this isn't true. Are y'all telling me that she said on her live recently that if I block you, it's not personal, it's just boundaries to protect myself? Excuse me? Because when I blocked you, you lost your crap and act like I wasn't justified, even though you've been warned like 10 times at least that if you keep sending stuff to my TikTok, we're just going to block you because I don't want any of that crap over there. And then you did it that one final time and I was done. But you had been blocked and begged to be unblocked. But when I blocked you because I said you highly upset me, I was crying all night with what you were sending me because I was already at my limit. And then you sent me another thing knowing I was already upset. And you're like, well, I've been crying too because you blocked me. How dare you? I wasn't even doing anything. You're going to protect yourself from me? Me of all people? You act like I was like I was a risk to your mental health by being on your TikTok and sending you things that you begged not to see. Really?
Both Roadhog admitted himself and his
Oh wait, what did Roadhog admit?
For like just different, cases like this because every on the other side of this and
bamboozled or whatever. So it just like will take you more time and more money than someone who knows exactly what they're doing.
And never mind. I'm not going to even say what I just saw.
Like people try to avoid paying for lawyers, but it's just like there's sometimes like a tiny little thing here that they just know from experience that you wouldn't know. And it's just like such a waste of your time and money, and you might get bamboozled or whatever. So it's important to get a lawyer, I think.
Yep.
You might want to get one, Muzz.
Rio, you're going to come out. You're going to come out
You're going to need one.
fine on the other side of this. And looking like the grown-up of the whole situation, too. Believe it or not.
Don't worry, Muzz is helping
Yeah,
the
legal
other
aid.
side.
That's what I was going to say. Is there legal aid near you?
Does legal aid really do anything like
They
as
help
far
you.
as taking cases like this? Because
They
every
sure
time-
do.
I think they do a lot of landlord stuff cases like this.
I mean, what do they do exactly? Because where I live, I've had friends who
It's literally just lawyers that will help you if you have low income and you can't afford it, and you're like emergency cases. Like if you're about to lose your home and you can't afford it, they'll take you on. If you need a divorce because of DB, they'll take you on. Even though I got denied multiple times, they're like, oh, it's just going to be too complicated of a case. How? The child custody was already figured out and there was nothing to divide. How is that a complicated case? But whatever. Yeah.
Didn't have funds and needed like help, not for criminal stuff, for like just different stuff. And
Yeah.
they'd always say, "Look, like
They definitely don't like taking criminal cases, though.
he doesn't do that. I've already called." And I'm like, "What do they do? I don't know. I'm not familiar."
Sometimes the court can appoint you a.
I mean, I just think that we've seen a lot of proof that, you know, either both Roadhog admitted himself and his followers have been, I believe.
If Real already knew what she had done, I give him credit
Calling too, because I
for
don't
how calm he is right now. Because
think that he could cover that much ground by himself.
Real, did you get the name of the woman who told you she knows about you?
Not in.
Because I would call back and get her name.
of course,
and her
Muzz to the
information.
rescue!
It's
Muzz
important.
to the rescue! She's so concerned.
Yeah, because this isn't NBC, y'all.
Like, I mean, I don't know. In Arizona, I don't know how the recording like works. If
You
it
don't
has
know
to be
how
too
anything
close.
works.
She didn't say. She just said, "Well, we know who you are. And we don't have any openings right now."
Okay, well, you should call back and get her name. And
Wow.
if they won't give you the name, then they're going to have to either,
We know who you are. And we don't have any openings right now.
Okay, well, you should call back and get her.
The audacity of Muzz.
Okay. And if they won't give you the name, then they're going to have to either, show you an apartment or not, right?
I don't know. You should tell me.
Yeah, you tell him. You would know. You would know, wouldn't you?
So
Were you one of the ones calling? I'm just curious. I mean, at this rate.
what you should do is call back.
We all know you love calling places. For those that need a recap, we found out that she called veterinarians to find out about Real's cats, about their health issues, so she could put it on the internet and give to the Roadhog so they could talk about what a horrible parent he is to his children, which his cats are his children. She likes to call never mind. She's called funeral homes of a woman that she did not like, a woman she hated, that she's been bullying and bashing on the internet, leading all the way up to it, to this lady passing. Rest her soul, though, honestly, that's so bad. And then she contacted that family, and now this is alleged, because I don't know for sure, but this is what AZ and them said, or others said that were around. They said that she not only contacted the husband, who just lost his wife, she also contacted other family members who didn't even know yet, and asked, can you confirm whether or not she's dead? I mean, that's not what you told us, Muzz. But again, that's not what you told us about the Roadhog thing either, about trying to get Real arrested. You said you were just there giving y'all support and you didn't know.
Get her name.
But come to find out, you sent the clips knowing good and daggone well they were trying to get him arrested, knowing that they already made the police report and they didn't listen to it seriously. So now they're like, well, we'll send the clips. Now they'll take it serious. And then on top of that, you were in the group and you had nothing to say. They were being racist to him too. You had nothing to say. The same man that had been calling Real the N-word, a white man calling Real the N-word. He called me the N-word too when y'all told him that I was indigenous. But no, don't care. Didn't care. He called me the N-word right then and there when y'all said, oh, well, she says she's Cherokee. Well, I'm part Cherokee, y'all. She says she's Cherokee. He goes, oh, F that N-word. I kid y'all not. F that N-word, he said. He goes, yep, I said it. I don't care. That's who Panhandle and Barbie was on panel with. You know, Amber was up there too, but Amber at least had the decency to drop down because he was saying the N-word. Did Panhandle? No. Momo now has been a mod since that day. She hasn't left since. Just astounding, y'all. I mean, absolutely blows my mind.
And if she says there's no places, then have someone else call and ask for if they have any openings and see what happens.
Quit acting like
They
you're
don't
going to
know.
rescue everyone. You're a lying-ass bee. Sorry. I have a lot of anger after listening to that Instagram Live yesterday on Josh's about how she was so upset over the basic health test, but has no sympathy to any of us who go through real issues and been dealing with it for years and years and years. Those of us with multiple autoimmune disorders. I have multiple. I have fibromyalgia, severe endometriosis, and rheumatoid arthritis. There was another one, I forget the name of it though, that they claim is autoimmune. I have to look that one up. I know there's another one. I don't know if it was it's not the, and I have grandma, but that has nothing to do with autoimmune. Anyways, all that, she has, really? And then Kirsten's son, said, grandma's seizures. Muzz, do you know that grandma's seizures, we could die at any point? You understand that, right? You understand that if I go in the kitchen, I start to make something, and I sling my head back, because that's what I do in my seizures, and I hit my head, if I hit it in the right spot, I'm dead. You get that, right? But you didn't have sympathy for Kirsten wanting to get a second opinion to get more help for her child. Everything you said about her was a deflection of a projection of your own issues, because you're the one that does crap that lines up with Munchausen by proxy. In fact, let me look this up. Munchausen syndrome by proxy is a mental illness in a form of child abuse, but I'm wondering if she could do it in a way to the rest. I mean, it's a form. I believe it's a kind of it. The caretaker, most often a mother, either makes up fake symptoms or causes real symptoms to make it look like the child is sick. Well, I'm wondering if it's, let's see. Theory suggests that a history of abuse or neglect as a child or the early loss of a parent may be factors in this development. Did you go through that by any chance? I'm just trying to find out. I'm trying to diagnose you, Muzz, since you diagnose us. What are some of the, let's see. What are some of the symptoms? How do they act? I just need to know how they act. What are the things they do? Factitious disorder imposed on another, also known as fabricated or induced illness by carers, which Muzz thinks she's our, mother hen of all of us. Sorry, not factitious. Did I say that? Factitious disorder, my bad. I thought I saw an E right there. I want to know symptoms of it. It's characterized by fabrication or inductions of signs. Yeah, let me see if I can find, because the Wikipedia just gives the most basic example. Characterized by fabrication or induction of signs or symptoms of a disease, as well as an alteration of laboratory tests. People with this syndrome pretend that they are sick or tend to seek treatment without secondary gains at different... Well, that's not what that is. I'm looking for... That's Munchausen. I need the other one. Which Muzz, maybe you do. Just kidding. I don't think she does with that first one. But I really do feel like she has a form of something to kind of close to this, because every one of us that are her friends, she acts like acts like she's our mother. She will, like I said, when I went to the hospital for a fracture and sprained wrist and a concussion, all that, she's like, see what they ask you questions, just call me and I'll help you answer your questions by the doctor. Let me know everything they say, Siwa. Siwa, if you don't go, you're going to die. And again, I'm not the first one. I am not the first one that she has said, you're going to die, to, over some of the basic things. Apparently she's done it in every community. Just the fact that she was and the way she treated some friend with an anxiety disorder that she was talking about yesterday, how she told them, what gives you the right to think that you're what makes you better than anyone else, that you could go into a Canadian hospital and demand a bed when you can cook, clean, take care of yourself, and walk your dog? Who do you think you are, thinking you have the right to a bed? Like, I'm not kidding, y'all. Go watch.
That's a big argument with JJ today.
Yeah, I know.
Which, again, if I was that person, I would never tell you that. I would never speak to you again the way you responded to her.
I missed that one, and I'm good missing it. I don't need details.
That's the one where they came for Sherry in the chat. I almost lost my mind.
Oh, I need details.
Bastards.
Well, I don't think it was a bad argument, was it, Muzz?
It wasn't bad. I think no, it wasn't horrible, but
It wasn't great.
it just wasn't great. But you know what? It needed to happen. I think it needed to happen. I think there were too many unknowns.
What is
and
with
you
her
were like you weren't
dadgum
sure,
laughing?
maybe, and now.
Why does she laugh after every few words? Oh yeah, I was having a good day, and I went outside. Oh wait, I don't go outside. And then I was watering my garden inside, and then I was thinking about walking the dog, but I didn't. Sorry, I'm just doing a parody.
You know, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell nobody, I'm glad that we're building a friendship, and then the next minute say, I never was your friend. That don't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
got your answers, which I think is important for you to move on, so.
Yep.
Say it again?
I think it's important that you got your answers, so it'll be easier for you to move on.
Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't know Selfie Queen Cindy was in my mod check giving out information. That was wrong.
Are you sure it was her? Because I don't know if you watched after she left.
No,
After you left, sorry, I don't know if you watched.
Once she kicked me off, I was like, I'm out of there because
So,
I'm not going to sit there and cuss me out and expect
Doesn't
me
she
to
hate
no,
like
I hear you.
It don't
I just-
work like
Y'all,
I
doesn't
don't-
Selfie Queen
I don't-
Cindy hate Muzz and call her Mosquito? That's where we got it from, by the way. We were thinking of names, because I give it names to everybody. So, Muzz, for you to act like you're not, I'm not allowed to give you a nickname, like, but it's okay when I give it to everyone else. And I'm not allowed to do an emoji for you, but it's okay when I do it to everyone else. You literally asked me to do emojis about Jules because she made one about you, so I did. But if I do it about you because you're going after all my friends, I'm not allowed to. Y'all see the hypocritical crap, right?
Oh, no. I've never, listen, I don't trust any of them, so. She came up and was so, I've never heard her scream like that in my life. Like, furious. Like, I've only been in that chat like 3 times. It wasn't me. Like, so mad that, are you sure it was her?
Like you were when you came about Crap and Napa?
Because also, I don't know if you heard while you were fighting with JJ that she said more than one person showed it to her. So I'm just saying, keep an eye on it. That's all.
And leave Sherry alone, people.
And leave Sherry alone.
I agree.
I guess Muzz, when you really think about what she's saying, is like, why would any of the other mods show her anything?
I have no idea.
A lot of my mods
I don't know if they're friends. I don't know any of them, but I'm just saying that's what she said. So it slipped out, maybe. I don't know.
I think that was a spinning chat. I think there's a lot of spinning going on. You know, like
Possible.
I'm gonna flip you this way and then flip you back that way.
Totally possible. Yeah. Never know.
Well,
And I'll still say, you know, she's a great person to learn business information from. She obviously knows how to build a team, so don't fuck with
Each other and
who, he and who?
Joe. Sipping tea with Joe, I think is her channel or something like that.
Well, lots of people don't like Joe.
But like it was like fine to me. It was like you're just like you don't like each other.
She can be, Joe can be, and I'm not a fan of Joe. We don't like each other. However, she can be a very kind, just like she can not like you and tell you she doesn't like you, and still be nice. Kind of like me and PJ used to get along before. I mean, now I mean, PJ's not a problem getting along with me, but back in the day we didn't like each other, and we still were respectful to each other. Joe can be like that, She can be the opposite too, but she can be like that. Very.
Yeah, they like didn't agree and were like kind of arguing, but it wasn't like rude or disgusting or anything.
Right.
I think it became, you know, a little bit irate when the vibe. I think this happens a lot. I think a lot of times I can come in a place respectful. So if
I know why men yelling at me at all.
I was just gonna say like, well, in all fairness.
Ah, dang it.
So when
Sorry, y'all. I'm like distracted. I'm like really beyond irritated with what's happening. Oh, we got Julie in the chat. Let's see if there's anything important that we need to. Oh, S.C. Johnson's a mod. Okay.
when I'm sitting here talking, just like with what's it?
Oh my goodness, Violet's over
X or whatever her name
Yes.
is.
Real, you handled yourself way better than I would have with JJ. But Violet's a mod. S.C. Johnson's a mod. Okay, good deal. Good deal.
Last night, you mean to tell me I wasn't respectful then? I should have been flipped.
But you weren't, to be honest, to be fair, you weren't fully listening to what she was saying.
Yeah,
I think that's what got her
because
frustrated.
with Muzz, you got to listen. You're not allowed to not listen. You're not allowed to go do what she demands.
I think what she was telling me is how I need to be.
No.
And at the end
That's
of the day,
what I think. That's what you don't hear real sometimes. They're not
Who's he
telling you
talking
what
about?
you can say.
I think I missed.
Last night there was like a 5-hour stream about Tira.
Oh yeah.
And
I-
from Steph TXMA.
Yeah, she gotta stop doing no 5-hour live. I'm scared nobody watching that.
Violet said no one likes to be yelled at. Muzz does it, not by real, but she has no problem threatening to KU and all that up jazz.
It's too much.
Well, to be honest, she's not coming back to YouTube, I don't think. Like, this was a one-time, like, she's been gone for months, and she wanted to lay out everything once, and then she's not actually coming back, so that's why I think it was so long.
Oh, well, she just did a video today, so.
But she's not, like, she's starting a new job and stuff. She said she's not officially coming back, like, maybe once or here or there, but it was just sort of to lay this out. That's what she said,
Yeah, she's going to minimize every reason you're upset, real.
at least. I don't know her, so I don't know if that's true, but that's what she said.
What was I about to say?
Squirrel.
You were saying that she was telling you what to do on your channel.
Yeah, I think a lot of
And
times.
I'm telling you that you always hear that, and that's not what people mean when they're saying that to you.
By the way,
You
I'm
can do whatever
on.
you want on your channel. You could say anything. I always say this. You could
What?
say the most horrible things. You just can't expect a certain reaction. I think that's the issue.
Excuse me? Excuse me. I can say whatever I want on my channel. I just can't, what? You know what, Muzz? That's why you struck my channel. You could tell everyone else, because he is my picture. You know good and daggone well it was fair use. You know that. You have to know that. Anybody with common sense and with the channel knows that I'm telling the truth. That was fair use, 150% in every which way possible. The only way that wouldn't have been, you just don't want your face anywhere. That's what it is. Only you're allowed to use it. That's not how YouTube works. And you know how many channels have my face plastered everywhere in the worst way possible, and they're all my pictures and stuff. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go strike them all down because I don't like it. That's not what how YouTube works. I'm sorry, it's not. Muzz, why don't you make an emoji of me? I won't strike you for it. It's part of YouTube. But you did it because you don't like the truth being out there. That's what it is. Because I'm not the first one you've done that to. You've done it to many channels. But here you are. Oh, you could say anything you want on your channel. Really? Then why'd you strike me, Muzz? And then you demanded, what did you say on your post? Take down your lies about me. Not take down my content that you stole. Not, well, that's not fair. You see what? Take it down. No. Take down your lies. Oh, I'm going to send that into YouTube. Take down your lies about me, and I'll stop. And apologize. Which I apologize. But I'm not apologizing for that call. Because that's your words. I'm not apologizing for how I spoke about how I feel about things. And when everybody came up, I'm not apologizing for those things. Which, that's going back up. I'll just edit that little bit. But I'm not going to apologize because we spoke about what you've done to us. You go on all these other channels and you speak all your crap about us. We don't go strike them because of it.
They're allowed to be outraged by what you say just as much as you're allowed to say what you want to say.
Well, here's the thing. Analytics don't lie, right? And if you hear me, my channel's going to trash because of my behavior, and my channel has grown
Of course.
900-something% in the last 2 months. Like, who do I listen to? Do I listen if you're at work, Muzz, and your boss is talking to you, he's saying, this is what I think, and then the corporate is telling you this is the analytics, follow the analytics. Who are you going to follow?
But I'm agreeing with you. You're not listening. I'm agreeing.
My analytics good too, but like I said, because of this, I had to delete like 6 videos and I lost all that revenue.
Agreeing with you. You can say whatever you want.
And if you're a channel that's a friend of mine, we need to speak, because I found out some things today that are like eye-opening that we need to speak about. But yeah.
And however it works for you. But I know, because I think because of where you come from, you kind of can go hard and then expect everything to just sort of afterwards, like we scream at each other, whatever, and it's done. But you have to understand you're part of an online community where people are from all different walks of life.
You don't
so
say.
Some people can't do that. And I think sometimes you feel like, what the hell? We already screamed at each other, we're done. And I get that, why you feel that way, but some people don't. And you just have to accept that. That's all. You don't have to change anything. But you can't expect people to react the same way that you do. That's all.
The irony.
Well,
I think that's all I can think about.
I don't expect people to react the same way as I do, but they shouldn't.
I think sometimes you do, I'll be honest. I think sometimes you don't understand why they're so offended. And you don't have to, but they're allowed to be. You know what I mean? Those two things at the same time.
I guess that makes sense. I should have gotten a soda earlier.
I'm definitely sending in that post where she said that I better apologize and delete everything because that's why she was striking me. That's gonna help me big time.
No. What was I about to say? I don't know. I mean, I am who I am. Good, bad, and ugly. And I think the biggest thing is what the women in this community not need to understand, but what they should start doing is, if I'm so triggering, and if I cause you all this pain, then it's best for you, in your best interest, not to watch. Never mind me. Think about yourself. If it caused you that much turmoil and pain and stress, to the point where you
Muzz don't know what it means. Yeah, if you are going through that and someone causes you so much pain, turmoil, and stress, and you decide, hey, I'm going to take a break from my YouTube and my Instagram because my Instagram is just an extension of YouTube because everybody sends me stuff that's upsetting to my Instagram. I'm going to take a break and I'm going to go to TikTok only. And I want that stay the way it is without like I want it completely separate from YouTube world. I don't want to hear nothing about it on my TikTok. If you do that, she don't like that. That's what I did to get her so mad. I blocked her because she kept leaving me. And as y'all saw in the DMs from yesterday or 2 days ago, you could see her purposely upsetting me on vacation. I tell her I'm upset, and then she keeps adding more to it. Because y'all were telling people that I was finding out that people were saying that Muzz was bad-mouthing me in DMs. Saying how she's fed up with me and she's seeing the true side of stuff. And I asked her about it. I was like, why are they saying that, Muzz? Well, why is Jen saying that? And she said the most horrible thing that she could tell me. And I'm like, Muzz, this is not funny. They're also saying that you're telling people that I asked you to get money for me? When? What are they talking about? Well, see, I just don't believe it. And, I think we should run with it and just go with it. Completely deflecting, projecting, and distracting me from the real issue. And then upsetting me about my daughter, about DW, about my son, all that, purposely mentioning the most triggering things to me so I get mad about it. And then she kept going. When I told, knowing I'm on vacation with my children. And then I had the audacity to block her, and then y'all see what's happened since. It's abusive.
Yelling and screaming at me to get your point across, you know?
You're right. If it really bothers people, they shouldn't watch it, right?
You know? I think it's just best for them not to come. And I don't know if I can say it any nicer than that.
Well, you're right. They absolutely shouldn't if it bothers them. But on the other hand, they can, and it can bother. You know what I mean? Like, we can't say that someone isn't going to be super triggered, come, hate you, yell at you. They're technically allowed to do that. Like, you know what I mean? It just...
Oh, really? What about Cooch? Is she allowed to, Muzz? Is she allowed to if you purposely I'm willing to bet that you were purposely triggering Cooch, like you were purposely triggering me, and then you get us to respond in a way that we are just, like, mad as hell. And then when we block you or go off on you, then you go crying to everyone how mean and horrible we are and how abusive we are to you. I'm really thinking that's your plan. Cooch, I'd be curious. Was she triggering you, purposely telling you things you didn't want to hear over and over, even though you said you didn't want to know, or purposely doing things to get you upset, and then when you like leave it alone, I don't want to hear about it. She'll, once you make a response that's not nice, she would run and tell everybody how horrible you are. I'm wondering.
Not that it's a great choice.
Kind of like how Napa triggered you. Crap and Napa triggered you, and you came on my panel and you were just mean, abusive, screaming, like threatening, all that jazz. Huh. But see, we know it's warranted because she was doing horrible things to you. But if that was you, if I was you, I would be telling everybody, look how abusive she is. Look how she acted. But I'm not. I'm willing to say that response was justified because of what she was doing to you and all your friends. But if we respond in any way that's not nice, you claim that we're just biggest monsters ever. Purposely leaving out what you did to get us there.
But
I should be allowed to give them the smoke.
You are. That's what I'm saying.
Right, real.
But they're also allowed to scream back. And you say you don't like when they scream, but if you scream, they're allowed to scream. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like even energy.
Well, I mean, if we're having a conversation and then you're elevating, not you per se, but if we're having a conversation, like right now, we're having a very, very calm and collective, constructive conversation. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
you go,
in
boy.
the moment that your voice you start raising your voice and start using profanity.
How he is calmly and collectively explaining to her what should be common sense. But apparently she's going to leave in a minute because she can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
That now you've crossed the line that I think if I get into,
right.
I would be considered wrong. But
wait, what?
Like right now, we're having a very, very calm and collective, constructive conversation. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the moment that your voice you start raising your voice and start using profanity, that now you've crossed the line that I think if I get into, I would be considered wrong. But nobody looks at the fact that you didn't cross the line first because, quote unquote, you have emotions. Well,
I mean, thank you for bringing it home, real. Exactly. If you are purposely triggering someone, if you're purposely saying things to get them upset, and then they respond in an angry way too, then you're like, you're not allowed. What a monster you are. You're not allowed to.
I have emotions.
But you're saying you would be considered, you're wrong, but no, not by everybody. By some people.
That I think if I get into, I would be considered wrong, but nobody looks at the fact that you didn't cross the line first because, quote unquote, you have emotions. Well, I have emotions.
But you're saying you would be considered.
That's what she does, real. She will say, it doesn't matter what she did, what got you there. If you go there to that level on her, that's wrong. You're abusive. You're a monster. But like she's done 2.5 months of dragging and bashing me and my friends, and we dealt with it and overlooked it for 2.5 months. Well, 2.5 months for me, a month and a half for my mods and friends. She's acting like we have no right, but she is consistently talk shit on her Instagram lives, on 2 Instagram accounts, doxed all of our DMs, doxed all of our names, all these things, called us the most horrific names ever, put out all of our medical stuff, which was no one's business, all that jazz. Accused us of the most horrific things you could think of. Any information we told her, she switched it and used it against us. And then we finally started responding like a week or two ago, and look what she's done. She's she's striking me over and over and over, and then threatening that she's going to keep doing it until I take down everything about her. I'm not going to be silenced. I'm going to let you know right now. Even if you were to take this, I'm coming back and I'm going to just go. I'm just going to bring out everything. Because right now what I'm doing it in a respectful way. I'm just freaking about my opinion and my truth about it. But I'm not doxing you. I'm not giving out your private info. I'm not going in on your family. I'm not making threats to you. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not going in about the boyfriend situation or any of that. I'm not. But what's going to stop me if I have to start over? And also, I lose my channel, vice versa. I'm not playing this game. This is not okay what you're doing. And anyone cheering it on, sorry. Sorry. If I have to lose my channel when I know what the rules are and I use fair use, we all are. Because y'all aren't even using fair use. Y'all are also violating TOS consistently and daily by doxing me and going in on my family members and my children and all that stuff. We're all going to go if I have to go. Because I'm not doing that and y'all are still going to take my stuff? No. So, Muzz, if it's worth that to you, go right on ahead. It's not worth it to me. I think it is amateur and immature, and I don't understand why you feel so entitled that you get to say whatever you want about everybody else, but we cannot respond in any way.
You're wrong, but not by everybody. By some people.
Ooh,
Well,
Virgo. Julie Virgo with the truth. Julie Virgo. At least we know where we stand with real. It's better than having someone smile at your face while shoving a knife in your back. Who could she be talking about?
This community and what I've faced in this community. So I think a lot of times when people answer these questions, they answer it selfishly. And when I say selfishly, I know they answer it from their perspective.
Self-centeredly is what you mean.
Self-centeredly, that's the best word.
Muzz.
They don't step back and look at the community
Mosquito.
and say, okay, this is how the community is responding. Because the community responds in the chat, right? So
yes.
If they're not...
But you don't get a lot of hate in the chat.
She's watching. Trust, she's watching everything.
I think what you're forgetting is the people that talk to you on panel and like the people you fight with is actually a smaller percentage than the subs. Most people don't interact with you maybe face to face who are your subs or other subs. So like, yes, when you say the community, you're thinking of the maybe creators or the people that interact with you. But if you step back and think about it, it's a smaller percentage than everyone else. So saying that that's how the community reacts may not be the case statistically. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, the fakeness.
Just think about it that way. Like, there's some of us who just watch and may not be offended if you yell back. I don't care what tone of voice you have. Like, that doesn't bother me. I don't think it bothers a lot of people.
Oh, really?
But you're just... Then
please ignore my tone of voice because I'm really upset because of what I heard yesterday on Josh's stream that Muzz was doing on her Instagram. So I'm still mad about that. I'm mad for all my friends and subs. So just ignore my tone of voice. And I'm also mad that even though I did a counter notification with facts and proof that I'm using fair use, you're still trying to fight it to take my channel. So, sorry, I'm a little upset by and I'm pretty upset that I found out that every video I deleted because I was in fear of you striking everything, even though it was all my shit. I lost all that money. So yeah, I'm pretty mad. So just ignore it.
Is like the people you talk to feel like the community to you. Just remember that there's way more subs than there are people that interact necessarily.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, I guess I'll keep that in mind. And then, they started coming at Julie, calling her a hamburger. I was like,
okay, but that's funny.
It is funny.
That's such a stupid argument. It's funny.
Well, it's funny, but I was just like, why you gotta? Well, you can't tell her to do that.
I mean, come on. They got nothing else. They're telling her she's eating Big Macs. Come on, that's fun.
What's with the Big Macs on YouTube? Why are Big Macs such a topic? Like, Why do they cause so much controversy?
I ate a McRib today.
That exists still? Cool.
Oh yeah, it was here.
Not in Canada.
That's what I had for lunch.
By the way, Muzz, you're not invited to the United States
So,
All right.
to get our medical stuff. Oh, Sherry's a mod there too. Okay, now it makes sense why everybody's here. You're not invited to the United States. Yep, I'm pulling a Jen. You're not welcome. This is my country. I'm kidding.
I've got a good night.
Oh,
on the bed?
so he didn't confront her here. Let me see if I can find the one. Sorry, we heard that for nothing. But I mean, it's still poignant because, it's where. Wait, is this it? Did she have her channel? No. Did she use a different emoji recently? Son of a bitch! Do y'all ever deal with that? That like, it moves over to. Does anyone know which one she got confronted in? That's JJ. Okay, we don't need that one. I really wish people would put on their titles who comes up because we're not. This is irritating. Like, I just see so many. There ain't no telling which one it is, y'all. Sorry, I played the one that I saw. They're both up there together. But, yeah, it's called The Conceit is Nauseating. So, clearly they were getting along at that one. Alright, I'm going to try to go to the other one that I see him on. And hope it's the right one. Let's see. Oh, the
Go
freaking...
into that.
The bee.
I would expect
The bee was on Reels.
them to reach out to her
I mean,
and talk to her.
On Red.
When I saw him, that's the first thing I thought. Oh my gosh, what's he doing there?
Yeah, that's the dude. That's
So he is the one that's been on her?
He's been on the panel with the glasses, right?
Wow. Didn't know it.
He part of the LGBT community, right?
What?
He part of the...
We don't give a crap what the bee says. I mean, we care, but we're not doing a drag on her. Just yet. Just yet. There ain't no daggone way I'm gonna be able to find the right one, y'all, because... I mean, I see T. Spearsy comes up on this one. Let's see.
Things right, yeah, you think? And then there was like, oh, look at LIl REd, how she talks, how she this, how she that. Bro, have you listened to your own wife?
I mean, that's odd.
I cannot pay for my Camry because I'm on government assistance. Well, that's funny because I could have swore your husband was saying I was with absolutely no...
Right. They like to do that. They like to do that. Let's see if I can find something else. Because, y'all, can y'all send me the one where they get confronted? The one where Muzz gets confronted about Real. I really thought that was it, but apparently not. But, I mean, we still hear how fake she is, considering what she was doing to him at the time. Good Lord. He goes live all this time, but nobody, like, bless it. Aww. Like, for instance, like him using my full picture, like, not edited, Road Dogg, I could strike the hell out of him right now, because it's my full picture, no edits on it whatsoever. But thank you for using pretty pictures. Where is this crap calling that one out? Sorry, y'all. I'm still looking. You know, let's just go back to this other one. Let's finish. Wood Road, the one from yesterday, y'all. Here, let me share. Well, no, it messes up. Let's
Good point, right? Like, Muzz was butthurt about Real calling her out on LIl REd's piano for talking ish about him and his cats behind his back. She was embarrassed and took extreme measures. Yup, and I still have recordings of Yaya just giving me an attitude for no freaking reason, like, because I wasn't showing up to her Roadhog thing. So I think they got salty and devised a plan to, like, go help Roadhog. Like, yeah,
When
you guys
was it?
won. You guys got us. Like, yeah, haha. Like, what? Like, what is wrong with you people? Why would you do that? You both, and I still have your Instagram lives, Yaya, of you running your mouth about how disgusting Roadhog is, how you literally were talking about how your uncle's a cop, you're a cop, blah, blah, blah.
Why does that sound so familiar, y'all? Let's see here. Let's end it right there. That's just, I mean, that shows you how fake she is, though. We'll end it there. I'm going to do another one for that part 2. But I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I mean, even though it wasn't the right one, it shows how fake, like I said. And then I spoke a lot about why I'm so mad about yesterday. So we'll go ahead and just keep it this one, and I'm going to start another one for y'all. Alright. See y'all in the next one. Bye. See you later.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored again?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded?